India beset with injuries. Let me ask you two things first. Are you happy? The toss decision, you called it, but no Akashdeep is injured once again. I thought Nitish Reddy was just starting to feel at home in that fourth seamer's role and batting. He would have liked to play Arshdeep. Which is the injury that's hurting India more?
I think Akashdeep, I would say, because he was the key bowler in that bowling lineup. I know he didn't bowl well in the Lord's Test match, but he's a very good new ball bowler. And on this pitch, he would have been very ideal because you need to pitch the ball up. And here, overall, if you look at the pitch, there's not much bounce. I'm not saying it's a low bounce pitch, but the bounce won't be as much as if you compare it to any other venues. And that's where Akashdeep comes into play, because if he can bowl on good length and still hit the stumps. Last match we saw in the first innings, he was bowling that good length, but the balls were going above the stumps. So I feel Akashdeep will be a big miss. But at the same time, we have someone like Anshul who still pitches the ball up. And it will be a great opportunity for him to... It's
interesting, he's got very high praise from someone you had a lot of cricketing debates with. And those debates are still going on, he says. That's Ravichandran Ashwin. And he said he saw in Zahir Khan and he saw in Jasprit Bumrah two qualities, which is that they thought their game plans and before they got into a game. He said he saw that with Anshul Kamboj through his season at Chennai Super Kings. So that's high praise coming from someone like him.
It is, and it's very hard to please someone like Ravichandran Ashwin.
There the debate starts again between these two.
So if he's happy with Anshul, I'm sure he will be thinking about this game. He knows what he is doing. But yeah, it's really nice to see that Ashwin is happy with him, and I hope that Anshul is doing something right to please Ashwin.
Ash, I don't know if you're watching this, but maybe you can continue that debate offline in case you miss it. These two had cricket debates that never ended. They were going on.
Well, he'll message you if he's watching, so you'll know pretty much straight away. Shortly. Your phone will light up pretty much within the next 10 seconds.
You batted number 3 a lot. Both of you batted number 3 a lot. It's a pivotal position to make a change in. And after talking up Karun Nair at the press conference, they've gone back to Sai Sudarshan.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that. I think Karun Nair's looked pretty good. You know, he's not got the big score, but I think he's looked quite well controlled. I guess leaving that ball to Bryden Cast late on day 4 was probably the trigger of that collapse, but you know, that can happen. 3 games back into a comeback. I'm not too sure whether that's enough to make a judgment of a player, but Sai Sudarshan is a wonderful, talented player. I don't think we quite saw the best of him at Headingley, but I've seen enough of him in the IPL and with his fluency that he will be a test match cricketer. So I guess they're looking towards the future more than the present. But it's an opportunity. I mean, this pitch it'll do something. It certainly will offer something to the seamers. But I don't think it's a win-toss, win the game. I would certainly have bowled, but you know, India have got a chance of getting a score on the board. The one thing here at Old Trafford, the pitch plays pretty true in the middle throughout the whole of the 4 or 5 days. But the footholds of all the grounds in the UK, the footholds do develop for the spinners. So if India can bat well in the first innings and get a number, a decent number, those footholds will develop. And not only will the seamers be able to use the new ball, because the new ball will always offer you something in the UK. I think the 2 spinners will get a game here and potentially cause more of that. Even though Washington got his 4 for at Lord's bowled nicely, I think there'll be more for the spinners here over the course of the 5 days.
And India have packed their side with bowling options. This is how they line up then. Not just the 2 spin options, but 4 seam bowling options. And what I'd like to see here, Puji, I got the impression in the first test that he wasn't looking at Shardul Thakur with a lot of confidence. He bowled him very late, but he's now got 2 roles to play, Shardul. He's got to be what Nitish Reddy was doing at 7. He's got to do that at 8. But if you're playing him, okay, we'll come to that. Are you happy with this lineup, first of all? And how would you use Shardul?
Yeah, I think India didn't have too many options. So Shardul had to come in instead of Nitish. And
I mean, the other option was that you play an additional batter, play Karun as well as Sai Sudarshan, and just play 3 quicks and 2 spinners.
Maybe I think on that pitch, if you want to win games, you need to take 20 wickets. And with those 5 bowlers, if you just have 3 seamers and 2 spinners on that pitch, when you're bowling in the first innings, you will struggle. And that's where I think this is the right move, where you need 4 seamers, 3 proper seamers, and someone like Shardul, who is an all-rounder. He can contribute with the bowl as well as with the bat.
I've seen it many times in Test cricket where a player probably went to bed at night thinking, I'm done. You know, it's the end of me. And then suddenly you get an opportunity on a tour you know, and you get a chance to get back into the side and suddenly you're kind of freed up and you go and have a great game. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Shardul Thakur has the game, like we saw him have at the Oval on the last tour here, where he dominated the game, he got the wickets, got a few runs. He's a quality all-rounder. He didn't look right in the first test, he just looked a bit short of a gallop, but I'm sure he's been practising and bowling over the course of the last few weeks that he's not been playing. It wouldn't surprise me if he had a good game, because his mind should be freed up, because this is probably an opportunity that a few days ago he thought would never come again, potentially. He's now got a great opportunity to show his worth.
One major strength, Michael, it is his mind. He's seen a lot of hardship. He's had a tough initiation into the game, but he's very tough mentally. Didn't get sold in the IPL, came back and had a very good first 3 or 4 games. So he's tough, and much like Siraj, he won't be short of trying.
Fourth Test, live now. Watch it on TV channels of Sony Sports.